Such a joy this day to come again to spend some 5 minutes or so with you and just to look into the wisdom of God that is so incredible and helps our lives, to be greatly fulfilled and greatly directed. This session we're speaking again about the ants, and there's a mystery about the ants which the scientists have just confirmed recently. I've mentioned this to you before. There are scientists all over the world who are studying the ants again and again. In Proverbs chapter 6 verse 6 says, "Go to the ants, thou sluggard, and learn from his ways." In other words, God has specifically told us that he has packed so much wisdom into the ant that looks so infinitesimal, so inconsequential to us, but God has put so much wisdom in them. So what is this other secret from the ant world? And this secret is that when the ants find themselves in trouble, they don't do what a lot of human beings do, which is like, if human people find themselves in trouble, many times they turn on one another, they begin to bite one another, they begin to harm one another. I know this is not the case for everyone, but a lot of people do that. Whenever they find themselves in trouble, they look for somebody else to blame, somebody else to betray, somebody else to backbite. A lot of people do that. But guess what? The ant never do that. Whenever they find themselves in trouble, what happens? They come together. They stay together. In fact, that is even the time when they stay even closer together. And this was so recently, discovered by scientists. This, or should I say, discovered or confirmed by scientists when they saw, in the time of flood, they saw, what looked like a raft. And when they found that to actually a whole collection of ants that had decided to stick together to form into, the ants individually would have all been washed away, but in their wisdom under God, they came and formed a raft, and therefore they could withstand, the flood. That is the wisdom that the ants have. What does scripture say? Galatians chapter 6 verse 2 says, "Carry each other's burden, and in this way we will fulfill the law of God." Carry each other's burden, support one another, stay close to one another. When one is in trouble, we stay with that person. When we're all in trouble, we stay together. We don't backbite each other. We don't bite each other. We don't betray each other. We don't abandon one another. No. In the time of trouble is a time to actually stay together. That's one great wisdom we learn from the ants. That when there's trouble, they actually come even closer together. And with that, they are able to withstand every challenge. I love God's word. God's word says, it says, if one is alone, he may be troubled. But two together are better than one. So you can imagine if two people come together, three people, four persons come together, 5 and 6 and 10 and 20, we are then able to withstand and defeat any enemy. And the enemy knows this. That's why one of the tricks of the enemy is to make people to begin to bite one another, betray one another, divide people. And if we can divide people, then we can be defeated. So, wisdom this session today is please. Whenever there is trouble, there is crisis, there is recession, or whatever that may be going on, just make it a determined intention. Make it an intentional intention to say we're going to stick together, we're not going to break together. And guess what? That way you'll be able to win, against every situation. And of course, God's help is always available when brethren dwell together. I love Psalm 133. It says how beautiful, how pleasant it is when brethren dwell together in unity. And they dwell together, not just in when things are good, but even when things are bad, when things are challenging. It's time to come together. The Lord bless you, and I hope you've been enjoying this series. Shortly we'll be doing, a session just to round this all up. So if you have any questions, concerning the ant world or any reflection, just send it to me, by email or by text, or you can even send it, by Facebook when we put this out on Facebook, and we'll collect all those questions, and we're going to have a recorded session in the studio where we take all these questions. God bless you so much, And I'm so grateful to God for the opportunity for us to spend this time together. If you're ever in Scotland, please join with us at the City of God in Scotland, where we just love God and enjoy ourselves. God bless you, and see you again soon.